Hey there, welcome to My Green Pets. I'm William Green. I am pretty pleased with the picture in the tent this week. It is a pretty impressive lineup of Cycnoches buds and some other goodies as well. Let's just jump right in and see what is going on. First of all, over here in the corner, we've got Cycnoches Nebula with two spikes. I moved it up here so that the spikes would be able to hang down once they get a little bit bigger. Next to it, we've got Cycnoches cooperi, bronze. We've got 20 to 25 flowers on each spike. That is looking super great, and still quite a bit of stretching to do on those. Next door is Cycnoches fire embers, patience. Was awarded last year at the Denver show. I feel, unfortunately, that this plant is just not going to be in bloom for this year's show. The show is 1 week from today, and if we're really lucky, maybe the top flowers on each spike might be opening, maybe not even totally open yet. I mean, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling it just won't be ready for the show, which is too bad. Next to it, on the other hand, is Cycnoches cooperi copper, and you can see that the buds have begun to crack open. You can see the one right there. So just looking at pictures from last year, that puts us on an approximate timeline of this spike taking about 4 to 5 days to open completely, and that'll put us at Thursday or Friday, and then it should be fully open on Saturday of next week. That's the day of the show, and the only issue obviously is going to be sometimes the flowers will pop their pollen and fade just a day or two after opening. Sometimes they'll fade a day or two after opening without even popping their pollen. I don't know exactly what happens, but just feeds into the idea that these are pretty delicate flowers, and if they are able to make it to the show, I'll be really, really happy. I would love for the judges to pull it and at least look at it, but I'm proud of it. I just think it's beautiful, and I think a lot of people would enjoy seeing it. Over here we've got Cycnoches bronze vixen. It has done this before. It is going to drop that first flower on the spike. You can see it turning yellow and shriveling up there. So it looks like we're going to have 11 instead of 12. But that still should be a nice little spike. And screaming for attention in the back here is Bulbophyllum medusae Miami. You can see that its speckled flowers have opened up. At least 2 of them, by the way. There are more on the way, and this is just such a lovely and unusual orchid. I love it a lot, and I really like that color inside those little flowers, the speckles and then the yellow lip on those flowers. There are 3 more on the way. Will they crack and bloom in time for the show? I don't know, but if they are open for the show, I will take it. It's got a friend over here. This is Bulbophyllum medusae album. It's got white flowers, no speckles, and there are several spikes pushing out on this plant. So I'm looking forward to an exciting display from that as well. Over here, Bulbophyllum lepidum, you can see a couple of spikes pushing out from this guy, and there are a few more. The thing is, the leaves are so jumbled up that sometimes the spikes get caught underneath a leaf or something, and then they don't open up very nicely, like this one, for example. Oh, it's like a little surprise in here. There it is. But I ideally would like them to come out of the pot and look really nice that way. Bulbophyllum lovely Elizabeth. All the flowers blasted. Here's my theory. This plant is super sensitive to fertilizer in the blooming season. In fact, when this plant lived at Fantasy Orchids and was watered under their fertilizer scheme, which is pretty heavy, it didn't bloom for 2 years in their greenhouse. And so when I finally moved it back into my care, I started, decreasing quite a bit the amount of fertilizer that fall, and it gave a spectacular display. So I recently increased my fertilizer because I was changing some things, and my theory is that the increase in fertilizer actually caused the plant to snap out of flower mode. Back here we've got Vanda falcata Hakusan for it's been in bloom for the past 2 months, pretty much. July, August, and now September. I'd had a spike back in July, and now it's got 2 more spikes with 8 more flowers. Still looking lovely, still smells good. I don't think the flowers are going to last much longer, but if they look this good this coming Friday, I'll take you to the show too, why not? Phalaenopsis philippinensis, still looking lovely. And same deal, it's such an impressive little orchid with beautiful leaves. Even the roots are really beautiful. Kind of flat and silvery with red and green tips there. And then of course the flowers are so charming as well. I might take that guy in to the show as well. So it's just gonna depend. One thing, I think a lot of orchid shows do this, but like you have to have your plants in by 4 p.m. the day before the show. And for me that means either I have to leave my plants in the care of another person, which is out of the question if you ask me. I mean, I guess I should consider it. The reason I hesitate so much is not because of plants like that, it's because of this one. It's so delicate that if I were to transport it over to someone else's house who could then take it to the show for me, they're going to knock pollen off of it, and it could cause the flowers to fade. If that happens because of me, then it's okay, but if that happens because of someone else, that sucks, So that's why I'd rather just take the responsibility myself. I might have to take the afternoon off on Friday and drive it down there. But I'd rather do that than put it on somebody else. That's how I feel about it. Okay, let's go hop in the cool tent real quick. See what's going on over there. Cool tent is growing right along as it has been. Got Masdevallia, Machu Picchu with some new flowers. And then another one opening up right there. Looks good. My Cuitlauzina pulchella looks to be dropping a couple leaves. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It is kind of acclimatizing to a new environment, rooting in a new medium. So no red flags yet on that. Just got my eye open for scale again. I saw some scale on this plant a couple months ago, so I'm really watching it carefully to make sure there's not more scale on it and not spreading to other plants. My Brassias seem to be doing great. Roots going everywhere. These bulbs are maturing, even though they're a little smaller. They are the first bulbs after a division, so that's pretty normal to see. And again, need to check them real closely for scale, because that is not okay. And this one as well, it's got a nice little bulb that's plumped up here. And I don't expect flowers, but maybe if we get lucky in the spring, we could see something. And really, we've got Nepenthes growing over here. Rajah by Edwardsiana working on a new pitcher. Kinabaluensis just popped a new pitcher. And everything else is just growing right along. Looks like we got some new growth on this Zygopetalum. That's pretty cool. Still not 100% sure what is the magic recipe to make this guy super happy, but it does seem to be pushing up its bulb. And I think maybe, let's see, it's September, October, November, December, January. We may see flowers push out on these two new growths in the winter time. That's what I'm guessing. Yep, he's just come right off. Alright, well, let me take you outside to the garden real quick. I wanted to show you my pumpkin, my Lumina pumpkin. Again, this is a first experience for me. I've never grown a pumpkin before, so I think it's really cool. It didn't do anything hardly for the first 2 months, and then it just in August it just started growing like crazy, and it finally did push out some little miniature pumpkins that got pollinated, and now they're developing into big pumpkins. Typically, our first frost here in Colorado, in the area where I live, is mid-October or early October. So I'm just gonna let them keep growing until I get, until it looks like it's gonna frost, and then we'll have to bring them in. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. If you are in the Denver metro area or in drivable distance, maybe I'll see you at the Orchid Show next Saturday at Nick's Garden Center in Aurora. And if you don't see me there, then hopefully you will at least see a couple of my plants. Alright, take care, have a great week, and I'll see you next time right here on My Green Pets. I'm William Green. Take care. Bye.